गणेश शरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं नित्यं स्मरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं गणेश शरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं नित्यं स्मरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं सद्गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं सद्गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं गणेश शरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं नित्यं स्मरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं गणेश शरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं नित्यं स्मरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं सद्गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं सद्गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं गणेश शरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं नित्यं स्मरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं गणेश शरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं नित्यं स्मरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं सद्गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं सद्गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं गणेश शरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं नित्यं स्मरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् हर हर महादेवा हर हर महादेवा हर हर महादेवा हर हर महादेवा ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो ॐ 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 नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो हर हर महादेवा 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो 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 हर 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 हराय नमो शिव 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 शिवाय नमो हर 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 हराय नमो शिव 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 शिवाय नमो हर 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 हराय नमो शिव 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 शिवाय नमो हर 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 हराय नमो शिव 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 शिवाय नमो हर हर महादेवा 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो 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 दम 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 डमरू बाजे डमरू बाजे धिमी तक मृदंग बाजे धिमी तक मृदंग बाजे दम 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 डमरू बाजे धिमी तक मृदंग बाजे हर हर महादेवा हर हर महादेवा हर हर महादेवा हर हर महादेवा ॐ नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो 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 हर 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 हराय नमो शिव 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 शिवाय नमो हर 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 हराय नमो शिव 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 शिवाय नमो हर हर महादेवा हर हर महादेवा हर हर महादेवा हर हर महादेवा ॐ नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो 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 दम 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 डमरू बाजे धिमी तक मृदंग बाजे डम 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 डमरू बाजे धिमी तक मृदंग बाजे हर हर महादेवा हर हर महादेवा हर महादेवा, हर हर महादेवा। ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः, 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 ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः।
Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah Om. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah Om. Yagna Swarupaya, Jatadharaya, Pinakahastaya, Sanatanaya, Dibhyaya Devaya, Digambaraya, Tasmai Nakaraya, Namaha Shivaya. You know, it's the beauty of the smaller morning session. We get to pray a little more. It's a little more private. This morning, as we go into a discourse dealing with what is the problem with some of the things that we just do common, what we just do wrong in prayers. We're going to deal with one or two of those topics this morning. Further, we're going to hear a wonderful discourse where Indra is given, he's given trouble again. And this time he's interfering with his godfather. And because of his arrogance, he doesn't realize the sin, the disparity in happiness that he's going to cause himself. As we get set to start this morning, everybody, let's all stand as we do opening arati, invocation, sumiran, where we're going to ask Prabhu, with permission, with blessings, for the time, for the ability. We thank him very at the onset. For those of you looking on, welcome to this morning, our 11th session. If we're checking the Gita part on the Sunday, this is the halfway mark, everybody. We're halfway done this year's Bhagwat. Please put your hands together. Concentrate your mind. Sachin, this is going to die. Sajam cha Varti sanyuktam Grahina yojitam mayam Deepam grahana devesham Trailokya timidapaham Jai Jai Bhagwat. All of it, take it up. Hey Arati
पापियों को पाप से तारती, जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से तारती, ये अमर ग्रंथ, ये मोक्ति पंथ, ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
ये अमर ग्रंथ, ये मुक्ति पंथ, ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही,
हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही,
जगति मंगल की
आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती, जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती।
पापियों को पाप से तारती।
ये शांति की
पतित पावन पुनीत का पोकुमिताने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला
है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी
है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी
ये मधुसूदन की
आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती
जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती
पापियों को पाप से तारती
ये मधुर बोल जग पंथ कोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला
ये मधुर बोल जग पंद कोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही
सबकी महिमा की
आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती
जय भागवत भगवान की
है आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती
जय भागवत भगवान की
है आरती पापियों को
पाप से है तारती गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
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 गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो
राधा रमन हरि गोपाल बोलो
हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी
हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारे
हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी
हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारे
हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी
हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारे
हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी
हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारे
जय जय गोवर्धन गिरिधारी जय जय गोवर्धन गिरिधारी जय जय गोवर्धन गिरिधारी जय जय गोवर्धन गिरिधारी
Om Gajananam. Everybody.
Sevitam
Kapeta Jumbo. Masutam Sho.
नमामि विघ्नेश्वर सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये
शिव सर्वार्थ साधिके
शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके गौरी नारायणी
Bolavindra Vande Harilala Ki Jai. Devotees, please have your seat. Let me welcome this morning all of you at the Mandir, the ashram this morning. Welcome to our 11th session of Bhagwat in 2026. This year's Bhagwat, as we continue to read from the holy pages of this text. For those of you joining us online in your various platforms, cordial welcome. Please remember to subscribe, follow, share the video, follow us on TikTok so that you will be aware when the next session starts and our next program. This morning, we enter into Skand 6, chapter 7, 8, and 9. Last night, as we wrapped up that section where Mohini is discussed, and we heard last night the prayer where they're asking, where Lord Shiva is asking to see the Mohini form. We heard, amongst other things, a stotra that is used till today. When people's patra is not too conducive to married life, relationship, a person is going through the ringer for different type of trouble, different type of difficulty. At the end of that discourse, we're told that if a person should chant the same prayer that Lord Shiva chants, begging Lord Vishnu to show him his potency, his maya, that a person would be spared the allure, the distraction that some people are plagued with in the relationship form in this age of Kali Yuga. We went on to talk about if parents have trouble with children in this regard. Pandita Bedanan, I have this son, I have this daughter, and I don't know where this trouble came from. I grow my child nice, prayers, temple. But now this boy, this girl come into life and they change. Family life going down the drain, they're not listening, in some cases addiction, bad habits, time management, the job suffering, etc. And it's all because of the influence. Because of the influence of someone else, at a minimum. What we heard about last night is how we take from Bhagwat, not from poetry that man writes, but from the utterance of Lord Shiva, and how we could install and use the prayers in this example to help ourselves. We heard before the piece where he explains in the churning of the ocean, before Mohini comes, how he gets Vasuki around his neck. And in it, as you develop your concept as a Hindu of Lord Shiva, you realize when we were singing Arjan Dhiri, for example, how rarely we are doing prayers, we are worshipping, but ignorance to why he is the way he is, how he gets the Trishul, who really owns the Sudarshan Chakra, things that we see and we take for granted. That's Lord Shiva. But why would you bow, as a child might ask, why would you bow to somebody that has a cobra, venomous snake around his neck? Why does he have that? If somebody in this age came up and said, I am not a Hindu, you're the Hindu, why are you doing some of the things you're doing? Why do your God look the way he looks? The ignorance that plagues us is that we're doing, but I don't know why I'm doing it. I don't know who I am doing it for. I don't know the benefit. I don't know anything. All I know, Baba tell me to do it. My mommy tell me to do it. Before we go forward in this discourse this morning, as I pay homage to Pandit Abhidanan Rishiji, welcome to our Yag. Let's all put our hands together as we do a couple of verses of our Sumiran. This morning we continue to practice Shravanam as we ask God, as I'm about to listen to your discourse, your glory, your history, may by just listening, the problems that I am facing, please allow me to remember, to recollect something, a little ebb of information that could take the karma load that I have, take it down a little bit. That karma, I was told, is the cause of some of the bad things that is happening in my life. And when tested with hardship in my marriage, with my children, for example, I wonder, what am I doing? All these prayers, all this job, all these different things, the charity, the good works I do for other people, but I'm suffering in my personal life. Dear Lord, it says when a person listens to this, to listen to you, to listen and to understand you a little bit, when darkness, when ignorance is removed by knowledge and understanding, wisdom, it says, help come. Please bless me to overcome the impediments of a shortened attention span, easy to be distracted. My phone has become the true force of this Kali Yuga, where I'm doing my prayer, I'm doing my job, but God, I can't put on the phone. I have to watch, I have to see who texts, who calling me. And in that moment, I might lose my focus. Please help me for a little bit to focus. Redhi Siddhi Data Siddhi Sadhana Varana Vadana Sumiro Barambad Madana Kadana Kilalaku Ganapati Kripa Nidhan Jnana Kani Ananda Bhavana Dehu Mohi Vardhan Varano Bhasha Bhagavat Jai Shiva Ananda Kanda Bhutanatra Bhava Bhaya Harana Bhakti Vishaya Nirvan Gauravadana Mangala Karana Jai 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 Jagadisha Sevat Shesha Mahesha Jai Mahima Amita Abeda Veda Vedan Ranata Rahe Riddhi Siddhi Data Siddhi Sadhana Varana Vadana Sumiro Baramban Madana Kadana Kilalaku Vindravan Bihari Lala Ki Jai. This morning as we enter into, as I said, Skand 6, chapter 7, we enter into a part where someone makes a very foolish mistake. We're all taught to say our prayers and keep respect for parents. We all know Guru means the darkness, the gu part, the ru part, the person who comes with the answers, the help, the assistance. And that word guru, you could have a spiritual guru, you could have your parents, you could have a medical guru, somebody who helps you along through the darkness of this life brought about by our own karma. But the same person who is helping you, sometimes we abuse. And it is an expression of what Kali Yuga is. In times gone by, the way people used to revere parents, they revered Mausi, Pua, etc. You are helping make me better. You are helping me in the case of a doctor, in the case of any person that is assisting you, aiding you. We would lift these people. We would be grateful because of you. I learned how to do ABC. Yesterday we were talking with Dr. Charles and the blood bank who were here, Rich. And we talked about the importance of mentorship programs, work programs, encouraging our teenagers in the holiday time. The world of work requires you at a minimum to get up early. When mommy and daddy telling them, you know, Baba says, get up early and say your prayers or your dar. Mommy and daddy is the enemy. But when they get into the world of work now, they cannot survive. They have no discipline. In the same way, in this discourse, we enter where our star boy is Indra. And Indra is very happy, he's very productive, he has reached to the pinnacle of his place, big crown, most powerful, and everybody's working with him. Somebody could be a leader, but the same people you're leading fighting you down, questioning your decisions, etc. This guy at this time does not have these problems. And because of this affluence, because of this clout, this power that he's holding, Guru Brihaspati, in English we'll say Jupiter, enters into the court where his godchild, his Shishya, is sitting very nice on the throne. And as a teacher, he wishes in his mind, he's seeing the quality that this is the student he has produced, guided, uplifted. I'm so happy for him. Look at where he's reached. This boy doing good, simple language. But Indra now thinks, I am too big, I am too good. I no longer need to bend my head to this old boy in this instance. My guru, he gave him the mantra and all the guidance, all the times when he was plagued, as we heard in previous discourses, with this trouble, that trouble, the other trouble, Baba, 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 Baba. Now, he thinks, I am good enough to disrespect the person. And when everybody else stood up to receive him with utter regard, in a show of respect, Indra remains seated, as if he has a higher position now than even the guru. If it were me and you, maybe we'd have get vexed and storm out because of the disrespect. How you could do that? In this case, the guru's first word was, what a pity. Look at this unrighteous deed you've committed to spoil yourself. You've become so intoxicated with arrogance that you're going to squander the power, the good things, let's say the wealth of the king, etc., your influence. It's all going to fall because of this error in your action. Bad karma, in simple language, bad karma is being performed, and it will reap. It will cause you to reap bad. Let's hear what happens in this verse. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jai
Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
Guru Nirgun Vyapat Sangya Pariksh Bhagwat Sardha Yanam Dinu Sura Guru Yuktam Shanti Pal Indra Dvijate Pravakshanyati Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Sitaram. Immediately as Guru Brihaspati turns around, seeing what went on, he didn't stay, turns around and he walks out of the court. In the moment, immediately Indra became aware, catch himself, as we say, realize you're wrong. And in the moment, there's this person we call the planet Venus, Shukracharya, another guru, another great personality. He goes to him now, what to do? How to fix this? Look what I did. And my guru got angry, he's hurt, and he's despondent, and he left. Shukra says, there's only one course of action here. Go and ask forgiveness. Humble yourself. Your arrogance is the root cause of this problem, and because of it, it is going to affect you and the people that depend on you. Don't be further. Don't be more self-righteous and allow it to make the situation get worse. For all of our sake, go and humble yourself and accept the wrong that you have done out of arrogance. Verse 21, out of arrogance of your power, your position, and opulence, today you have allowed this Brahman to put, as it were, shrap upon you. For many people, O Parikshit, they do not realize that a guru does not have to issue shrap, as we've heard in other katha, in other examples. If somebody really turns their back on you, the easiest thing they have to do, the real damning moment, is when that guru decides to stop teaching. In this life, we have it a little confused. When the school teacher, for example, the easiest target for many people is trying their best, giving the child penance, giving the child extra work, practice and writing. Please read more, please change course, please change your ways. Everybody thinks we've all been guilty of it, that teacher like me. The coach who is trying to get the children to run, exercise, stretch your muscle, do more, gain your discipline. The person who is playing the cricket, if you do it lazy, if you do it poorly, you're going to have to run around this ground 3 times. Oh, that coach is a horrible person. That man is only give me work. The parent who asks you to clean your room, fix your room, that discipline is a bad thing. No problem. Children authority in Trinidad, the parent who says, well, you don't want to brush your teeth, for example, mommy will be a friend today, do whatever you want. You don't want to pick up your book, do whatever you want. You don't want to light your dear, say prayers, I'll be a friend. Do whatever you want. And in that case, the guru allows you to fall. We don't think about that. Every rogue child says, mommy, why you don't? Teacher, why you don't hush? In this case, Parikshit, Indra may have realized some of the problems, that now my guru is not going to guide me when harsh moments come. Who is going to say the prayer? Who is going to console me? Who is going to guide me? Who is going to tell me how to do? We heard that Lord Vishnu says my true form is time. When there's a good time and a bad time to engage in certain things. In the example that I used, Lord Vishnu shows that I caress the face of my children. In my example, my beard. Is my face, Pandit? Is everything is mine? But I don't control when this stubble comes. I have no control over it. I will pray, please send more black and not so much gray. But my child cannot control the color of the hair on your face. I'm using cream, I'm using every makeup you could imagine to save the wrinkles, but my face does its own thing. And Lord Vishnu said in that chapter, I am playing with my child constantly, giving them strength when they are young, learning how to walk, for example, and one day I'll take it back. But my foolish child will still think those legs, those arms, that ability is my one. He says time is the true factor, the true form. When he was asked that question, he says that's the one permanent thing. People see me in different places, but through that time I conduct nature, people, animal, I cycle life, I cycle everything. For that reason, a sattvic individual does not waste time. They cannot procrastinate. Time is the one commodity that God gives, he dishes. We are at the mercy of him for time, but you could work for more gold, you could marry again, to be honest, you could try with children again, but you cannot manufacture time. There's no mantra for time. So when the person squanders what is God given, just as you could imagine if a child say parsad, and you'd say that is a sinful act, that's a very bad thing. You know, I don't like your parsad, it's patch. Not enough sugar, not enough barfi, etc. Mommy, I don't want that. Baby, you just commit a wrong. What would you say to the person who squanders time? You have something to do. Do it. Use the strength that God gave you. Do it when you can act and act right. When the father could be the parent. When the father could say, you know what, you gave me 3 children. I will teach you discipline. the day that person has to meet with Yamraj, and Yamraj says, for example, I gave you 3 little deers. What did you do? Not much. I couldn't teach them in culture. I couldn't hold the book and check their handwriting, but I worked. And whilst working is part of the job, you still are responsible for the person having morality, spiritual growth, the holistic development. And when you have to answer for the choices that they make, maths and English may affect some of the choices, but the friends they keep, their integrity, the way they would hit in a marital scenario, how you deal when somebody says no. That comes from daddy. There are certain things daddy will teach and imbibe, and there are certain things mommy teaches and imbibe. When the person does their duty, for example, that type of karam, that is where you use the time and correctly, aptly, I am using the strengths that my God gave me. And I use it properly. God bless you, you could do it. Because when you squander the moment, time does not reverse, time does not come back, etc. Indra does not realize the true extent of the trouble he is in. But the other side, the demonic forces who are guided primarily by this Venus Shukracharya, that is the Pandit they take. Shukracharya, after he heard from Indra's mouth what he did, from one mouth to go spread now, Indra is deficient. He's not as protected. He's vulnerable. The Devatas are not guarded and guided. If you go now, Bali, different demonic forces, if you attack, oh grandson of Prahalad, if you go behind Indra now, you will be able very quickly to take them. They do not have the protection of their guide. When they are faced with different political attacks, when they are faced with different spiritual attacks, when you use Maranam and Vashikaran mantras to control them and corrupt them, to cause confusion in their camp, they will not be able to repel it. There's nothing protecting them. It is as if they take off their armor, and any weapon that is raising against them, it will be quite effective. Please attack with full force. Last night we talked about this animosity between the Devatas and the what we say Daityas, demonic people. But what sometimes we fail to appreciate, they are step-brothers. Kashyap is one daddy, but Aditi is the mother of the Devatas. Diti, the Daityas. The Daityas, by definition, are kingly, Kshatri, the guys with the crown, but they use brute force, very aggressive. My example, Hiranyakashipu. The person who tries to kill the young boy, Prahalad, with the lion head form that we call nursing, that whole Leela. Danu was another daughter of Daksh, based on what we've been talking about. Another person married to Kashyap, but from Danu come Danav. The Danavas are not rough people. They're not in charge of the kingdom. They use prayer. Same prayer. Think what I said. In the movies, we watch it and we think these people don't pray at all. These people are quite apt in prayer. Maybe they have more faith and belief in the potency of the prayer than me and you, but they use their prayer for nefarious, for bad purpose. They use the prayer. Let's use an example for children to understand. Adana, for example, could be Putna from the Lord Krishna story, where she says a prayer and she transforms into this beautiful character, but she's bringing poison for the child, for this newborn. These people use their prayer, mind control prayer to make a person separate, vex. You have yag and don't feel everybody is wishing you to do well. You have prayers, you're doing construction, you're doing something, and your own people will say, you see them, they have too much. Same God. Because when we were talking about the caliber of bhakti, there are different ways bhakti is described as listening to the prayer, remembering the prayer, etc. But then in Bhagwat, he says there's tamasic bhakti, where people, yes, they go by the puja, they offer the red flowers, they put in the rote, but the prayer is Hanuman Baba. You see, my brother, you better mash it up, the content of the prayer. Then we went mediocre, Rajasic type of prayer. The person is doing the same recipe, the parsa doesn't change, but the content is, dear God, I'm making a deal with you. I need to win the competition. I need to pass the exam. Saraswati Mata, Pandit, when is Saraswati Jayanti? By you. And all them children doing the Saraswati prayers. But after they pass the exam, it changed. Saraswati just get a break. After SEL, let me say form one time. Saraswati Mata, not so popular. There's no need. So prayer now in this case becomes only transactional. I will give you a datul flowers if you take away my sickness. And whilst there is times when we all need help, and there's nothing wrong with that, there must also come a time where we evolve into prayer just to give gratitude, or what is sattvic bhakti. And beyond that is the nirgun bhakti, which he says, you do it, you're flowing, you're sitting like, let me say, we grandparents used to be on the couch and they had their religious pitié, and anything happened, they get a pain, they watch the pitié, they have a conversation, talking one-on-one. And that communication is where you're taking your prayer and you're involving it in different aspects from a practical sense in your life. One way to look at it is when I'm jumping in my car, I'm not doing puja, I'm not a sadhu, but I need to see that God. If it's just to touch him or say, boy, let's get through that traffic, reach on time for that puja, please help me, let me reach safe. A kind of dependency from a camaraderie, friendliness, you're there with me and I need to talk to you kind of scenario. Not only pray because I need money, pray because I need help, pray when me and the wife getting along, no prayer, we happy, we enjoying, but when trouble, God help me now. That is a different level. When the person develops maturely, Hanuman Baba, give me the strength this morning, boy. If you had to come for me, I'm ready for you. So it comes with a certain amount of maturity, and I know I do in my time what I have to do. You embrace reality. But the person grows in their prayer. Indra is not growing in his prayer. What he does, well, my Godfather ain't want to teach me. That he problem. Think about the person now. You are the person who is lost in darkness, not you. The pundit, the priest, the teacher, the parent, that person have a problem. Simple solution. Let me change my guru. Whilst this thought is playing in his mind, the Devatas attack, the Danav and Daitya attack the Devatas. And because they are not protected by different type of prayer, 1, 2, 3, they lose. So Indra now hurriedly goes and he's begging Lord Vishnu. He's praying, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to get help. He's guided to go and ask Vishwarupa, sorry, not Vishwarupa, Twastra, to go and ask his son, a young fella. Usually in movies you'll see this person have 3 heads. Go and ask that young guy to be the substitute guru to help you short term. Go and ask when there is a missing parent, when there is a missing person in your life, maybe because of life, karma, etc. There is another person elected, Mausi, Pua, etc., who can assist. When you lose Diksha Guru, you can have Vidya Guru. But a person throughout their life and evolution needs to have this guidance. Trouble doesn't take a holiday. In this way, he says, when he went, the Devatas start to address the young boy and saying, dear child, you should carry out our request that we need to do certain prayers. We should do certain things. You have to guide us. You are obligated. You are living in this way as a sadwain, as a guide, as a helper, as a purohit. You are the person who could help us. And because we are elder, we are older than you, you are obligated to help us. Vishwarupa turns around and he says, you want me to give up the lifestyle that I have to become a public servant? He says, please understand what you're asking me. I'm in verse 36 of chapter 8. He says, this thing called purohit or pandit is truly a selfless act done by this individual. But it is as if I am honing energy. I am doing different type of prayer, calling on my body, my frame, this spiritual energy. Let's imagine electricity. But instead of keeping the power that I ascertain for myself, the pundit is the one individual. When you touch his foot, when you see when he lift his hand like this, the logic of this Abhya Mudra, this gesture, when we were talking about why we just eat with we hand, is so that the energy I just take from the deer, just for we example, or I did in the Hawan, I am giving it to you. God bless you. God bless you. You'll get through with your job, your interview, your different things. I touch his feet. It is an opportunity for me, let me say the child, the Chilha, to touch this Guru's foot, to get. This person really becomes a servant, not necessarily highly placed, because this is the difference between the Purohit and a Sadhu. The Sadhu is doing rituals, doing goodly acts, positive karma for his personal development. Similar to what you see when someone attains sannyasi. This is why if you ever, like when Guru Dattatreya came and people want to touch him, why don't we get to touch Swamiji? Many people went to Sai Baba's ashram in Puttaparthi and they're wishing, you are my guide, you are my guru, and I wish, very simply, I want to touch you to get blessing, to make the contact so that the electrical energy flows. When you look at the things we use in prayer, the brass, the electrical conductors, if a child came up and says, I have a nice ceramic cup to put the Panchamrit, or a nice plastic tray in today's world, we don't use it to offer because it does not conduct electricity. And when you look at what we do, touch it to God, 100% energy, and bring it to my body. You know, in my frontal lobe, this is where all my good habits and bad habits sit. Please power this a little better. I love to drink alcohol. I'm a cheating husband, you know, and I have to better, but I can't better myself if you don't bless me. At a simple explanation. So when I touch, I am pulling. He says it is left to this priest, to this Purohit, to recharge what is being lost or dissipated to the environment, to the people. It is an exertion that I am not living in right now. I am not obligated because I am not linked to you, Guru, Chelha, teacher-student relationship. I am simply praying for my welfare. And you are begging me to do this. But because of your earnest and your situation where you are under some form of detriment, some fatal attack, for the goodness, for the sake of goodness, I will do this work temporarily. I accept you for a period of time as somebody I will guide. This job of Purohit, you hear it, Vashish Muni says it a lot, godfather of Sri Ram. It's quoted in the Vashish Yoga or the Ramayana of Vashish, that this job called Purohit is very difficult. And you do it, and instead of people appreciating what you do, you take the time. We just talk about time. God give you time, and you take your goodly self with your time and give it to people. But in Kali Yuga, the same work and sacrifice, the life that you give up your personal goals, etc., to facilitate the troubles of other people, the truth is 10 to 1, you're going to get kicked. You're not going to be met with gratitude. There is no grace. People attempt to repay the pundit with red bean and dal. The pundit takes those things and he does Gayatri Jap. Dear God, like myself in the relevance, take some of the dal, take at a minimum, we in the car sometime, and you're late for a prayer, you're late for puja. The best place for me sometime to do my personal prayer is the car. You can't go on the phone, you can't do this. Sit down and just sing your Gayatri. Dear God, you have to give me back some of that energy. Dear God, you have to also forgive me for playing a little part. If you never understand why it is put your dollar by the pundit, or in the arti when it's passing, dear pundit, I want to put that dollar. The logic is, if my karma, if my patra was written, that this is how I would pray, Rajasic. This is all I will become in this life. This is my parents' teaching. This is where I reach. But now Panditji is teaching me the art of doing Hawan, and I'm going to upgrade my quality of prayer. if he teaches me something that I understand my God in a different way, and now I could present myself in a better way to my God, my spirituality is growing, and I'm going to see change in my karma. The person who takes that negative, the person who is literally cheating this karma is this pundit. This pundit is doing something that is bending a rule, as it were. So the person very smartly, pundit, for teaching, let's say you're sitting in the audience, and the Baba just read something that, you know what, that make good sense. In the first part of one of the prayers that he chants here, Narayan Kavach, he says, let the person sit to do the prayer wearing the kush grass ring. You know, in this yag, we talked about where kush grass come from. So I didn't know, just a practical example, I didn't know kush grass has Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. So if I wear it, it's more potent in protecting me. I didn't know this, Pandita Bedin, and thank you. But I don't want to owe you, Baba, for this teaching, this knowledge that is going to make my prayer better. So Pandit, I'm going to pay you for the knowledge. So the person in our West Indian tradition puts the dollar in the tarrier. In other parts of the world, that tarrier is passing for you to get blessings, truthfully. And you could go by a donation box and make your donation. So it's just you're killing two birds with one stone, truthful. I don't know where the ounce, the money, where the light comes from, but that's a different story for another day. But the person repays in gifts, in charity, in this example, to ask, Pandit, out of gratitude, you gave me something, I want to give you back something. Please, in this transaction, please accept this for the assistance in conquering my parabd, my karma. Please allow me to have it. And again, you can bow by the person's foot. Blessed is the Purohit that does the diligence to recharge the battery in his spiritual battery, so that tomorrow when he lifts his hand, he has something to give you. This child, this child is competent in prayer. And he says, I will not refuse you because you are my elder, but you will do what I tell you. If you accept what I am saying, I will accept your solicitation. I will become your guide. I will do what you want me to do. And in this way, this Vishwarupa started to perform different type of yag, different type of puja, different type of gift giving, different guidance. Indra, for example, is not only the mantra has the value, but imagine sometimes how to do the prayer makes a difference. If somebody says, you offer, I remember when I was smaller, saying it in a way for children to understand. You know, we all went to pray and somebody says, share each other. And I used to mix up this finger and this finger, the ring finger, for those of you on the live. Only now we learn, you know what? If I want to bless the person with victory like the morning of the wedding, according to our text, put the tilak with the thumb. Bless you. May you have the grace of victory. In the example, the boy getting married, you go in and different people go watch you and say, you're ugly boy. You look fat. Or you look very nice. But protect you from that vision. That is why they just put this covering on the face as well. If I go to do the funeral, the correct finger to use in that example is the index finger, right hand. I'm praying that may the pitras, may this kind of prayer be successful. And in the different fingers now, going back to when we were talking about why we just eat with we hand, with the Maggie. Lakshmi Mata, I'm calling the goddess here. Bless every mouthful. You never see people use this in prayers. You see it? You know which part you see it? You ever went when Pandita Bedana doing Hardi? The girl getting married and the little people, the little children is be doing this. Lakshmi Mata take off bad. Different hand gestures. That is why we just put we hands together. Dear Lord, in our yesterday discourse, I work hard for the ability to hear. Left hand, middle finger. I offer you the energy, for example. I offer the energy of my hearing, the different gifts I have. I could breathe properly, no asthma, for example. I'm putting it here for you. Please accept it. My heart pumping, my stomach digesting, I'm offering it. This is why we put our hands together. In our dharma, there are so much different ebbs of information that imagine other religions pick it up. And you take it for granted. Like yesterday we were discussing why you don't play tasa for funeral. Somebody says, well, you're doing this thing and it's so celebratory and good, but you have to understand what Mandar Puja is when you are calling. They do arti, but Pandit Rishi is not going to hit his ganta, for example. The ganta, when the Baba gave for the first time, they just put the 5 dots like where you see on your bamboo and ask God to sit here, and when they hit it, let the vibration, the sound energy run away, in my language, for children to understand, the jumbi, the bad, the souls. So you will see when different things are happening, the Baba rings the bell. If you watch on top of the bell, there's a Devta, truthful. Dear God, by your sound energy, push away something that is unrighteous. When you get your song from the store, you know who touched this. All kind of people. Let's just use the example of fasting, not fasting people. The Pandit calls on God, please sit here. They bless it. Just like what they do with the tasa. If you've ever been to a wedding and you see how they do the prayer, dear God, when they knock the drum, let it push away bad. So what Baba does do, he just put the tasa in front and then they tote the tree. Clear the way of bad, jealousful, envious people. Run unrested souls, much more for them. In the funeral day, you're putting the kalsa in front of the coffin. Please watch, witness, look at children doing the prayers. Your time on earth finished, boy. Witness the prayers now. And when time to go, in simple language, when time to go, you go. Don't go the opposite. Don't try to get back into the body. The Pandit is doing arti, but the Pandit does not take out his sank. He does not take out the bell. He does not bajawe ganta. Because of that, the purpose is different, although we're doing God's worship. For the same reason, the Hindu that is lost in ignorance. I saw a video, Babs, I don't know if you saw it. In another country, online, funeral, the hearse, tasa, now the pua holding the hoe, the garden tool, and the totem tray, all in yellow. Funeral lineup, no joke. And people were asking, is this right? Is this how it's supposed to be? Is this the new thing? And if my only point on that is, if we don't know why we do certain things, anything the guy up the road do or down the road do, we will start to emulate. That's the trouble. In this guy case, this young fella's family, he is also tied to the demonic side, the daityas. So, you know, in one relative, he's like Rawan. Rawan's dad is a great Pandit. But Mami comes with a different lineage, and with that lineage came a different type of training. So Ravan is an expression of the mixture of the two. Very powerful, ardent Lord Shiva devotee, but sometimes the blessing of the Lord is used for nefarious or bad purposes. He's not very nice compared to his daddy. In the same way, Vishwarupa is somebody who is secretly doing the best for Indra, but then he's offering and doing things for the daityas and demonic side to get strong. And there is where we are going to end up in problem. Indra says, please guide me. Please guide me as to a prayer that would protect my body. When we go to fight, bless me to be guarded and guided. He tells him there is a prayer to Lord Vishnu called the Narayan Kavach. Kavach literally means, just like when we hear Chalisa, 40 verses in praise of the Devta, Kavach means, I'm calling on you to sit on my front, my left side, my right side, in the name of, let's just say, Vishnu Baba, sit over my head. In the form of Madhusudana, stand up under my feet. Wherever I go, be protecting me. Let the person, the first verse, O Indra, when there is danger impending, the person should wash their body, hands and feet, take off dust, sip the archman, the water that your Baba normally gives you, where in the kush grass ring, sit facing north and chant these verses when nyas or touching the body and calling Lord Vishnu with various fingers like what we do for the chandan to sit on your body. Simple mantra, 8-syllable mantra could be used when people don't know all the different technical language. When you're touching your joints, for example, when you're touching your stomach, your heart, O Indra, the person is able to ask the God. We sometimes do a big installation in the murti, but when you're doing kavach or these type of prayer, the temple, the murti becomes literally your body. You're saying, dear God, I need you to stand up with me here. I don't know what's going on with the circulation. I have to go for a pacemaker. I have some problems. Please. Long time when we used to go temple, Om Vaka Vaka, Om Chakshu Chakshu, and we were taught how to touch and purify the organ. And then at a different level, this is when we step up the game now, protect it from the effect and the effects of bad and bad people. Bear in mind, we live in an age where, like in this area, every evening, the police that make the patrol here in the Yag, people are afraid because of the crime situation. Bhagwat never had a smaller crowd in the night. They used to have the smaller crowd in the day. People used to go to work or whatsoever. Now it's different. Pandit, we are worried. So in that backdrop, people would use this type of prayer. I am under the attack and the influence of people that are different in their focus. If these people are guided and protected by God, these forces, the enemy forces, are coming with a vengeance. They will interfere with family. They will affect everybody. Therefore, in the form of Varun, may you sit on my chest. In the form of Trivikrama, may you sit on my eyes. In the form of nursing, may you sit on my chest. Dear God, in the form of Vaman, may you sit on my stomach. And in this way, this prayer was chanted. The different method of doing it, he is encouraging him. Put it this way. Touch your body. Don't use this finger. Use this finger. Clasp it together. Touch the water and think about the patience now. Imagine me and you going to do anything and we always make an error. And the person who has the patience to say, no, you just did it wrong, come back. Try it again. You want the benefit, you want to make that sada roti properly, try it again. Practice, you'll get it. It will come in. The art of anything works with practice. It becomes perfect. In the form of Rudra, when I happen to be exposed in the evening time or the night time, don't allow any possession of my body. In the form of Padmanabhya, or the person who has a lotus-like navel, please, in the different times of the night when I am sleeping, when I cannot defend myself, maybe spiritually I cannot remember a mantra, but whilst my body is lying on the bed, by this verse 16 of the Kavach, when I am lying on the bed, if something is touching me, lost souls, spirits, etc., pisach, etc., and something is having sleep paralysis, many people talk about it. What could I do? Using prayers like this, when your body is in the subconscious, unconscious state, that form of Lord Vishnu comes and pervades over the person. This is a prayer, this verse is an example when people are doing Griha Pravesh and they're blessing their home. Or, Baba, could you do something? Could you say something? Could you put some prayer in the bedroom? We are having this problem. This type of prayer, it says that when the place is now coming day clean, O Janardana, please prevent with your sword of light. As that light is coming, bless me when I go to sleep and I get up in the morning. Let me feel refreshed. Allow my body to heal. Whereas some people go to sleep and they get up more tired because of different things in our Dharma, guiding and explaining. When you hear Bhoot, Pret, Pisach, different type in English, we will say goblin, or anything that is feeding off the person's energy. Taking the energy, causing sickness, weakness, a kind of dongness, and imagine you're feeling good, you're going to be a little grumpy. It is cause problems. So, dear Lord, I'm at the mercy, because I'm not in my conscious state. I am at the mercy of your protection. Please, Kushmanda, Vraj, may you come and sit on everything. Sit in my, or the person who blows his wonderful Pankajaya Sank, Krishna incarnate, please run away these types of soul, spirit, or people that would interfere with my peace, my ability, the outcome of my attainment in the example of I'm applying for something, I'm working towards an exam. Don't allow me, like a child, don't allow me the morning for the exam to get anxiety. I start to breathe different. I start to want to run to washroom, etc. fear and fright. Take away the fear that I have when I have nightmares. Take away the fear that I have when I'm going to talk to people, let's say like an interview setting. And the trouble is not outside, the trouble is inside. Something is interfering with my behavior, with my limitations, with my performance in the moment. If I sit and I practice my harmonium, I could do the performance. I get on stage and that fear takes hold of me, and the finger, the memory, everything is shutting down. And I cannot function, I cannot focus. Dear God, from the top of my head to the sole of my feet, please protect and shield me like a force field. And when these types of feelings, energies, or people come close, may your potency push it away. Indra is celebrating. Indra is happy. Indra is so happy that he's getting this guidance. He revels truthfully in the kavach, in the prayer of Lord Vishnu. Whosoever should chant this Narayan kavach, who should ever wear it, who should ever use it, passing it on their body, where there is loss of health, ability, power, where a part of your body then is shutting down. Prayers like this, you will see Pandita Bedanan. We talked about why the peacock feather. I'm not sure if you were here. For those of you viewing, we spoke about the history of the peacock feather. It's taken from Valmiki Ramayana. Why does Lord Krishna, I love Krishna, but I see he's always wearing this peacock feather on his head. And the history comes when Ravan attacks the same Indra long before he got married in Valmiki Ramayana. They had a Yagna. Ravan wants to come and bury to show who is stronger than. And Indra is engrossed in his prayer. So the Vahan that was close by, Indra jumped into the peacock's body. After Ravan beat and quarrel and whatever, calling them cowards, so on, he leaves, gets fed up, nobody to talk to. Indra comes out of the peacock and he says, from today, if you look at a young peacock feather, it does not have the black dot in the middle. All the feathers were like that, like an immature feather. Indra says, I bless you. From today, because you did this work, this seva for me, I reward you that the eyes, the iris of Lord Vishnu will be on your feather. And when a person uses your feather, the bad things, the badness, the bad days, the bad people will be repelled. So you go to get Jari, the child is not feeling too well, you will see the person pass it with Vishnu's power, Vishnu's prayer, the Narayan is Vishnu, and you're taking off bad things and bad energies, warding it off. Look in that picture where Krishna is. You know what happened there? A mother was fed up that she prays for a child, she get a child, and the child's so lucky, everybody just trying to kill my child. Every time he goes out the door, as a parent, think what it is, just tuck the feather in his head and allow it to be a repelling agent that wherever he walked, bad had to walk away. That is how he kept it. And because of the love of the mother, he held on to it even when he was a man. But you and I are worshippers of Krishna. We see it, but we don't know the history of it. We go, and you could, in this example, everybody wants a Jari. I get Pandita Bedanan to say prayers and put his power, all his prayer and goodness, grace on me. I'm a lucky person. I don't even know why. I don't understand why we just do the things that we do. The person who is able to withstand and hold the power of Vishnu on their body, whether it is the politician, the kings, those people who work in high office, the bandit, the robber, the stealer, whether it is a public robbery or the person is silently stealing from you, like a family member or somebody in the house, a child stealing from a purse. Evil planets, what we all talk about, the grah, ferocious animals, wherever the fear, phobia is, this prayer protects the person from it. And instead of the phobia being there to hold you, to make you stifle, one like me, if I see a snake 50 feet away, I start to breathe different. That transformation that happens in the person's body stops. The person could rise above, and in simple language, you could outgrow your phobia. You could outgrow that fear by the protective power of Lord Vishnu. When a person is living in fear, we got robbed, and one of the hardest things to do is to trust When you hear crick outside, you are not sleeping anymore. Trouble is coming. Somebody's coming. Somebody's coming for me. It causes that type of panic, causes a person to wonder. When we talked about the test between Arjun and Hanuman, why we tie the little red flag on the roof when we're doing roof work, or why till today the Hindu has this taller relationship with the Hanuman flag. Why am I bothering to do that? And the bandit is still coming in your mind. The fear is so strong. Sometimes it trumps the hope that we put, faith that we put in the God. In this world today, when children get sick, when we get sick, when there's so much tests, if we become blind and lost like Indra, and we throw away the opportunities to get the guidance of potent prayer like this, and you don't use the prayer to give you competent protection and blessing, just like my example, it's there. But do we know it? Do we use it? Do we have it? Imagine I work in an office where I may not be comfortable putting Uchista Ganapati. I can't put up a Murti. It might offend a person from a different language. So I have to curb myself now, but I need the protection. Go in many offices and you may see this as a decoration. The peacock feather tucked in a flower or something. If you are coming into this office with some secondary motive, you're smiling broad, but you're praying for me to fall, don't stay there. Don't do it. Don't remain with that mindset. Whenever you see Pandita Bedanan doing a wedding and you see Dwar Puja being done, Dwar prayers simply means a prayer by the doorway. Ganesh Baba, stand up and push away bad. Stand up and be the security guard. If somebody's coming here into the Yagyashala, not everybody has goodness or good intention. Transform them, change them, go into their mind and make the person go from not so positive to more positive. Help them in that way. Give them that support. And in this way, this is what was happening with Indra. We saw a transformation from where he was to where he could be. The problem comes upon it. In chapter 9, it is discovered as Indra is paying attention and learning everything Guruji do by that baby. Baba, why you put the red powder? Pandit, why you put the yellow powder? With so much attention, you and I, Pandit, come in. I know he just want to put the lingam at this point or this place, see it in your mind, on the baby. So I want to be so prepared for Pandit. I know he likes a little ginger tea. I'm going to make the tea for him. That's my guru. Pandita Bedanan is my guide, and out of that love, I don't want him to work. I don't want him to do anything. Everything is ready for him. In the same way, see Indra now sitting with his new guide, full of love because of the protection, the benefits he is accruing from this relationship. And when he did it, knowing the normal procedure, protocol of the prayer, he saw a change one day, a break in the protocol. This is where Vishwarupa deviated from the prayer that they was doing and prayed for the daityas to take hold, to take advantage, to still have potent power over Indra and his forces. Indra becomes very upset and in the moment takes the head off. These three forms, from the head, the three-headed form, Vishwarupa, manifested three types of birds. They have Kapinjala, Kalingala, and Tritiya. These three types of birds are linked with that same discourse where the devatas were doing the Havan with Ravan, with the peacock feather. When Yamraj was there, Yamraj jumped into the bird. And when the bird had held him for that time, when he comes out of the bird, Yamraj says, listen, when people are doing my prayers from now till, and they feed you, what we see in the Bandara, when you take out a share of the food for birds, they will get a blessing. Where if the person gave their word, if the mistake they make is that they give, I promise you I will help you. But then I go back on my word. By feeding this crow, this bird, this scavenger type of bird, this type of bird, they will be able to get that healing or praschit, meaning repentance, for that particular type of action. So now people want to make sure and feed their bird, not only in that example, but many examples. These three birds are varieties or species of birds that They don't live in Trinidad, but they were scavenger. They lived on different dead material. When, after 1 year had passed, by destroying this person that had this knowledge, Parikshit, it is possible for an older person to touch the foot of a younger Purohit, when the person is respected not because of lineage, not because of the parents they come from, or the potential that one day this young person might shine like their daddy or mommy. You bow to that young person because of the content, because of the ability. When somebody says Vyas, all Vyas mean the person is an editor. The person could take the long script like this and boil it down in an example suitable for the audience. If the young head is capable of doing that, then regardless to their age, you bow to such a person. However, when you damage whether a young person or an aged individual because of the energy inside of them, the potential energy lying dormant, when they instruct the energy, may it go and help you pass your exam, may it manifest for you to be happy in marriage. God bless your eyes, your guru bless you. Your heart's desire is to have a child. God bless you, you'll get through that. God bless you, take the energy from my body and you go and get through it, your journey, your surgery, you're trying to recuperate after a stroke. God bless you, that will come back. When you go and you harm such a receptacle, that sin that comes is something called Brahmhatya. Because of the energy, the Brahman energy that is stored in the person's recesses, their mind, their memory, because of the prayer they see, it is a sinful thing. That now in Indra's example, burdened his body. The person didn't have his luster, he didn't have strength. It was as if you unplug a bulb and it's dimming as the current is running out. He decides that everybody was able to benefit by this act, and I must share this. In this act, many people benefited. Some of you have to help me this burden. So there are 4 places that this sin of destroying the guru, the pandit, the Brahman, that was shared. The first place, he shared some 1/4 of the sin, the burden, with the earth. And when he gave the earth this part of the sin, it became manifested in the form of barren land, where nothing would grow. From everything being very fertile and lush, now there were spots for this barren behavior or barrenness to be formed. For this reason, till today, when people are checking in Jyotish to see if the land is good, they check the ability of the soil to absorb water. There are tests where they look at the quality of the land. If, again, water is passing through the land, good land, bad land. Then another 1/4 was shared with trees. And for that reason, trees developed the ability to leak sap. Because of this trait, the ability to offer the gum, or to make from the phloem, the solid, or what the food is feeding on, it made it inappropriate to use certain types of twigs or tree or lumber for religious practice. This is where, when we describe the wood that is used in Hawan, it must not, when you cut the tree, it must not leak sap. So for we local fauna, we would not use shattering wood in Hawan. Other rules do exist. For example, when you're burning the wood, it must not emit black smoke. For these 2 reasons, Hindus use pitch pine. In Guyana, they call it doop. In Trinidad, we call it by its name, pitch pine. Because of the leaking of that oil, the black smoke, it is considered inappropriate to use. For this reason, as Hindus see today, as they learn more and more, compared to the usage of pitch pine in our grandparents' home, now go in the typical shop and you will see basically mango wood or white dry wood that does not emit this thing. The third place where 1/4 or 1/4 of the sin went was to the female. The female gained a benefit by having this sin, whereas her body is able to maintain the passion of love, the physical ability to enjoy sexual pleasure for a longer period of time compared to a male, but became unclean with the menstrual cycle. From this day onward, the lady inherited a period of time where she's not in control of her bodily fluid. And this is the source from which this trouble comes from. However, people like to say this is a slap against women, but the rule of not being in control of your fluid does apply to men as well. If a person is in the time when they're offering pinda, we don't shave, because if I happen to nick my face or cut my finger cutting up mango, I am unfit to do the pinda offerings or the rituals. So we have 5 guys going around the box. This guy can't do it, back up. If I get a head cold when I shave my head and mucus is running, I'm not fit to do the prayer. What comes from my body is going to be offered as well. So you are not supposed to be doing the prayer. If I eat all kind of agar-bagar and I get diarrhea, I can't sit for that prayer. I can't do the prayer. So the need for control applies across the board. But in this case, the woman gained this particular problem because of it. If you look at it, some people will argue the point that it is a natural cycle, which is true. But not every female has a menstrual cycle. Not every species has a menstrual cycle. In fact, the human race and 2 small creatures, which I could check and get back to you. But for common knowledge, the bird, the dog, the kitten, you name it, they don't have that, but the fertility is still there. This expression of this is not found in reptile, it is not found in fishes, it is not found in many forms of life. The monkey, the gorilla, etc., the tiger does not have it. This unique feature came with this history of this sin. The 4th place where a quarter of this went was to the ocean. And where that unclean scenario came, the sin of destroying this young pundit, was the suds or the foam that floats on the water. And because of that, that salt water, whilst it is good, it is not used in certain ritual. We don't get salt water, for example, to put in the kalsa on your baby. And this is the source of where the issue comes. When people go to do Visarjan with their Ganesh, you're supposed to go where you get your dirt or your mud, returning it to the fresh water from where he comes. But in different times, people go and they put it in the current of the sea, and then you have a different problem where Ganesh Baba come back looking for you, because he's not going to dissolve. Vishwarupa's father heard about this trouble, the destruction of Vishwarupa, and he causes pain in this father's life because of the loss of his child. Anybody lose the child will get upset. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. This father goes to one of the sons, the reference here, he says one of the sons of Lord Vishnu. And what he's talking about, and this is my last point this morning in this session, when Lord Vishnu was in the Varaha form, for children, the pig head form, in that form, he's married to the earth, and from the earth, they had 3 little, from a pig come piglet, 3 little pigs. And when Lord Shiva is telling him, it's time for you to go, it's time for you to return, Hiranyaksha and others have been destroyed, your work is finished. He says, but I have 3 sons and I want my 3 sons to become immortalized. I want them to be established. You have to take care of my son Shiva. He says, okay, no problem. The 3 brothers, Gora and others, he says they will become the different fires that people install in their prayer. So we fuss. If the concept is we have one fire, Agni, then we wouldn't have the difference that we see today. When Pandit Abedinand comes home, he wants a fire that is very clean. We don't let a stranger here, for example, fall inside the prasad. It's a bad thing. We don't want your spit to go into the flames of the fire. It's not good. But then, let's fast forward now. So we go to the funeral setting, where they do that little hawan in front of the pyre, whether in the crematorium or the cremation ground. And you're calling Javier Vad Agni, where you're calling one of the three brothers, you who eat the whole head are here now. Bone, fluid, unclean item. So the three brothers became three forms of Agni. One that is used to cook mediocre flesh, different types of tamasic offering. One who destroys or accepts different type of balidan, whether in the funeral setting or people who give blood in puja. And then this one where we are very strict about bodily fluids, different types of things entering into the fire. The father goes to do the one where the unclean worship is being done. He's not following clean worship anymore. He becomes so corrupted that they have harmed my child. I'll make them pay for it. And he goes by the fire to begin a worship that would bring harm and dam to all the devtas, just the devtas. He is not related to the Daityas or Danav, but the devtas interfered with my child. And for that, sit down, I'm not going to do sattvic worship. I'm not going to pray to God for healing potential energy. I am going to pray to God for dam and destruction. Prem se bolo Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. As we continue in our next session, as Baba is doing his hawan, Guruji, Panata Bedinan, if you could join me, give me a blessing before we close up. But I'll pause for this time to share the mic with you, please.
Jai Shri Ram. Thank you very much, Panditji, for your wonderful message this morning. And to all those who have come to listen to Bhagwat Katha, the glories of Bhagwan. Jai Shri Ram. And the Lord himself has come. At this time, Panditji spoke about the Narayan's Kavacha, which is that form of mantras that protects us in every different direction. I'll chant a few verses of this Narayan Kavacha. Jai Shri Rama. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Namo Narayanaya Namaha. Om Angantyasaya Namaha. Om Namaha Padayoho. Om Nam Namaha Janunoho. Om Namaha Urvoho. Om Nam Namaha Udari. Om Ram Namaha Hridi. Om Yam Namaha Urasi. Om Nam Namaha Mukhi. Om Yam Namaha Shirasi. Om Karanyasaha. Om Namaha Dakshina Tarjanabhyam. Om Nam Namaha Dakshina Madhyamayam. Om Namaha Dakshina Namikayam. Om Bham Namaha Dakshina Kanishtikabhyam. Om Gam Namaha Vama Kanishtikayam. Om Vam Namaha Om Vamanamikamaya. Om Tim Namaha Om Vama Madhyamayam. Om Vam Namaha Om Vama Tarjyama. Om Sum Namaha Dakshinam Goshto Dvamsi Parvati. Om Dim Namaha Om Dakshinam Gushtaya Parvani. Om Vam Namaha Om Vam Gushto Dva Parvati. Om Yam Namaha Vamam Gushtaya Parvani. Om Namaha Hridaye. Om Vim Namaha Murdhani. Om Sham Namaha Druvor Madhye. Om Sham Namaha Shikayam. Om Vim Namaha Netrayoho. Om Nam Namaha Sarvasindushu. Om Maha Asraya Fat Prachyam. Om Maha Asraya Fat अग्नियाम ओम मह अस्त्राय फट दक्षिणस्याम ओम मह अस्त्राय फट नैऋत्ये ओम मह अस्त्राय फट प्रतीच्याम ओम मह अस्त्राय फट वामये ओम मह अस्त्राय फट अधीयाम ओम मह अस्त्राय फट ऐशान्याम ओम मह अस्त्राय फट ऊर्ध्वमाया ऊर्ध्वयाम ओम मह अस्त्राय फट अधरायम ओम नमो नारायणाय नमः ओम अथ श्री नारायण कवच यथा गुह्य सहस्राक्ष सवाहा श्री सुनैकां क्रीडवन्निर्वनिर्जत्य त्रिलोक्य भूतभुजे श्रियाम् ओम नमो नारायणाय नमः ओम नमो नारायणाय नमः ओम नमो नारायणाय नमः. May we all be protected in the east, west, north, south, up and downward direction. May we be protected in the daytime. May we be protected in the nighttime. May we be protected while we are awake, while we are dreaming, and while we are in deep sleep. May we be protected when we are conscious or even not aware or even unconscious. We pray, O Krishna, O Narayana, may you protect us, Lord, while traveling by air, by water, or even on the roadways of our nation. May you bless our vehicles. May you bless our children. May you bless our family. May you bless the world. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
प्रेम से बोलो उमापति महादेव की जय, विष्णु भगवान की जय. Thank you, Baba, very much for that. On behalf of everybody viewing and all who are here, we all must admit we need that type of prayer and potential energy. Potential energy, it's here, it's on me. I'm not sure where trouble will come from. I don't know the future. But should it come, I'm ready to react with the presence of God on me. That power is there to react. Before I could say, dear God, help me. A good example that we see, we have a little fabric cloth in different forms. Let's say somebody wants to give Guruji a towel or a t-shirt, whichever. Gerd Brand says the person who gives that cloth the day you're in trouble, the day you are in line for death, by this karmic activity, I will come to save you. So we do it in a kind of proactive way, to put it in English, meaning things are good now, I am focused now, I am happy now, I'm giving this in charity, please bear witness to what I'm doing. If in case there's an unguarded moment on the roadway and the car is coming to hit me, I am not the best. I may not start to chant Om Namah Shivaya, Om Lord Shiva, come now. I need your help now. But in the panic, I've already invested spiritually for the moment, and God saves a person. It is possible. I have seen miracles happen. The doctor gave up on the person. I give up on myself. These that are done. And doctors, lawyers, everybody, say your prayers. Your prayers work. Your prayer work. And when you put it forward, when you pray for that presence to be with you, whether the receptacle is the Murti home, Hanuman Baba in the flag, them 5 ticker we just put, stand up here, and whether I'm fasting, to be frank, I'm fasting or not, I am home or not, be my guard here, be the security guard here. I need you the most. The day you need it, it's there. But if you are lacking that flag or that guard, who is there to guard you? What Baba just gave us there was a gift that says, by listening to it, by pulling on it, let's put the guard not in the property, not in the house, not in the mandir, not in the vehicle, but put it here and walk with it, that wherever I go, whether it be sanctified ground or not, I go to a public office or somebody is showing me gender bias, racial prejudice, prejudicial type of tendencies, Dear God, you have to protect me. Don't let that person negativity block my application or block what I have come here to do. If we use your prayer then as something to guard and guide, then wherever you go truthfully, what we're saying is God with you. But now the difference is I know, I see it, I admit it, I'm aware of it. Whilst God is with us, not everybody has that awareness. And we live our life like what Lord Vishnu was saying, the face is my face, the hair is my hair. It doesn't talk about too much who really in control of the face. Today, I'm going to say tonight, this morning, as we conclude this session, the 11th session, Pandita Birinan is here, and I encourage all devotees, everybody. You see, when we home here, we don't come to play, we come to pray. Please use the opportunity to come and arti, Guruji, get your blessing, bow to him, and in your personal moment, sit with Pandit Adish, sit down and do a little job. Don't just reach. Do what you could do, because of sometimes we have a death in the family or the belly spoil or whatever it is. Maybe I can't pray like how that guy is doing, but you could pray. You don't have to do the offering, but the multi-them pretty big for you to see it, to help you focus. And if you could use this time we set aside for Bhagwat for this type of re-energizing, just like what the Pandit does, then that protection and potency is with you. Vindravan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Everybody, as we've come to the end of this section today, at this time, let's all stand as we do a little arati to conclude this morning's session. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam deepam grahana devesham Trailokyat nirapaham.
जय जय भागवत भगवान की आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मोती पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला
ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मोक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला
हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही
हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही
जगति मंगल की
आरती
पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत श्रापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला
ये शांति गीत
पावन पुनीत श्रापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी ये मधुसूदन की आरती पापियों को पाप से
Dear Lord, as we conclude our satsang this morning, Prabhu, by the virtue of listening to this history, please allow your blessings and your protection to pervade over my body. May your blessings penetrate my mind. And if I am to make a mistake like Indra, to abuse the gurus of my life, to let down myself by damning the people that God made to guide me, to help me, at a minimum, please keep me from damaging and damning myself. It's very easy to see when we have external enemies, but harder to see when we become our own enemy. Thank you for the opportunity to have listened to this technical type katha. Please bless me to benefit from it in a meaningful way. Tvameva Mata, Tvameva Bandhuscha, Tvameva Vidya, Tvameva Sarvam, Tvameva Sarvam, Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Together everybody. Prem Swalo Mahapati Mahadeva ki, Pavanaputra Anumana ki, Shri Adishakti Mata ki, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki, Jai, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram, everybody, please have your seat. Receive your Charan Amrit from the washing of the Shaligram, your Arti, Prasad. Meals have been prepared for everybody. Again, I am inviting everybody who is able, come and get your blessings. Another Baba is with us this morning. Say your prayers. If you are able to do Hawan with Pandit Adish, to Charahawe, anything, you are free to do so. Please use the opportunity. Babaji, on behalf of the team here, thank you very much. I know you were busy. Pandit Sharma was here and he was telling us as well about the Yagna coming up this evening. Thank you for still coming and being with us. Thank you for that blessing of that prayer on behalf of everybody. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai.